My dear friends, life is a beautiful journey, from crawling on four limbs to walking on two to sometimes needing a stick to support us again. Smiles, but tell me honestly, what good is the wisdom of 60 years if the legs that carry that wisdom grow weak? You see, nature has a funny way of reminding us that what we don't use, we lose. Muscles, my friends, are like relationships. Neglect them for too long and they start disappearing. Science calls it sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle with age. But I like to call it the quiet thief of strength. Now, here's the good news: you can stop this thief. In fact, you can even reverse the damage. And believe it or not, it all begins with breakfast. Let me tell you a secret: most people think breakfast is about filling the stomach. But the wise know breakfast is about fueling your future. What you eat first thing in the morning doesn't just affect your hunger, it affects your healing. It decides whether your body will grow stronger or weaker that day. You see, after 60, your body doesn't absorb protein as efficiently as before. So if your morning meal is just toast and tea, your muscles will politely say, "Excuse me, where's my building material?" So what's the right breakfast? Something that tells your muscles, "Wake up, let's build." That could mean eggs, Greek yogurt, paneer, lentils, nuts, or even a protein smoothie. Add a few berries or bananas for energy, and you've given your body a perfect morning message. I'm not retiring from health. Let me share a small story. An elderly gentleman once came to me and said, "Swamiji, I can't climb stairs anymore. My legs feel like noodles." I asked him, "What do you eat for breakfast?" He said, "Biscuits and sometimes memories of better days." Elapsed, I told him, "Change your breakfast and your life will follow." A month later, he came back smiling. "Swamiji, my stairs are no longer mountains. They're my morning warm up." Friends, that's the power of a protein-rich, muscle-loving breakfast. It's not magic, it's mindfulness. It's not about eating more, it's about eating right. But remember, food alone doesn't make muscles. Movement does. Just as thoughts shape the mind, actions shape the body. A short walk, some gentle squats holding onto a chair, a few leg raises, they send a powerful message to your body: I still need you. Don't go anywhere. When your mind is determined, even your cells listen, your muscles respond, your legs strengthen, and life feels alive again. So my dear friends, if you're over 60, don't believe the lie that weakness is inevitable. No, the body is a loyal friend. It always tries to heal if you treat it with care. Tomorrow morning, when you sit down for breakfast, look at your plate and ask yourself, is this feeding my hunger or my strength? Choose wisely. Because the right breakfast can kill sarcopenia, awaken vitality, and remind your body that growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. It means growing wiser, stronger, and yes, still unstoppable. Thank you. Feed your strength, not just your hunger. Start the day with protein power. Most people wake up in the morning thinking of what will fill their stomachs, not what will fuel their strength. But there is a big difference between being full and being nourished. Hunger is temporary, but strength is the foundation of how you live, how you walk, how you stand, how you feel. When we eat just to satisfy hunger, we silence the body's voice that is crying out for support. When we eat to build strength, we listen to what the body truly needs. The goal is not to eat more, the goal is to eat right. After the age of 60, the body begins to whisper reminders that it needs more care. Muscles, once strong and obedient, start to lose their firmness. This is not because of age alone, but because of how we feed them. Protein is the building block of every muscle fiber, and without enough of it, the body cannot repair or rebuild. It's like trying to construct a house with no bricks. You can have all the energy, all the motivation, but if there are no raw materials, the structure won't stand. A breakfast that lacks protein is like starting a journey with an empty fuel tank. You may move a little, but you won't get far. When people say, "I'm too old to build muscle," they are simply repeating a myth. The truth is that muscle can grow at any age when the body is given what it needs. And what it needs first thing in the morning is protein. After hours of fasting during sleep, your body wakes up hungry, not only for food, but for repair. It's been breaking down and rebuilding all night, and by morning, it is ready to absorb nutrients efficiently. Giving it protein at that moment is like handing over tools to a worker who's already waiting at the site. That's why a high protein breakfast is not just food, it's medicine for your muscles. Most traditional breakfasts are designed for comfort, not strength. Toast and jam, biscuits and tea, or even just a bowl of cereal might fill you, but they don't build you. They give you a quick burst of energy that fades fast, leaving you weaker as the day goes on. Instead, imagine starting your day with eggs, yogurt, cottage cheese, lentils, or a handful of nuts. These foods speak the language your muscles understand. They tell your body, build. They signal your metabolism to wake up, your energy to rise, and your strength to stay. Even simple changes, like adding a boiled egg or a scoop of Greek yogurt to your plate, can transform how your body feels and performs. Protein isn't just about muscles either. It affects your bones, your skin, your immune system, even your mood. People often underestimate how deeply food affects their state of mind. When your body is nourished properly, your mind feels lighter, clearer, more focused. It's difficult to think positive thoughts when your body feels weak. Strength brings confidence, and that confidence feeds joy. Eating well, especially in the morning, is not just a physical act, it's an emotional and spiritual one. It's an affirmation that you care enough to invest in your health today, not someday. Some people worry that eating more protein means eating more meat or heavy food, but that's not true. There are countless ways to get enough protein even from vegetarian sources: lentils, beans, milk, paneer, yogurt, soy, or nuts. It's not about complexity, it's about consistency. The body doesn't demand grand meals, it demands regular nourishment. A small portion of the right food every morning is far more powerful than a feast of the wrong kind once in a while. If you make breakfast your most mindful meal, the rest of your day begins to align itself naturally. When you eat protein early in the day, something interesting happens. Your cravings drop, your energy lasts longer, and your body burns calories more efficiently. You start to feel more stable, both physically and emotionally. The reason is simple: protein balances your blood sugar, keeps your muscles active, and prevents the afternoon fatigue that comes from sugar-heavy breakfasts. Over time, this one habit begins to reverse muscle loss, improve posture, strengthen legs, and even make walking easier. You no longer feel tired from small activities because your body has learned to sustain itself with strength rather than just fuel. Eating for strength is also a form of gratitude. The body has carried you for 6 decades, serving you faithfully through all your adventures and struggles. The least we can do is serve it back with the food it deserves. A protein-rich breakfast is not a diet plan, it's an act of respect toward the body that has done so much for you. Each bite becomes a small promise that you will not take this vessel for granted, that you will feed it with care, with wisdom, and with purpose. Move daily, muscles grow through use, not age. The truth about the human body is simple: it is designed for movement. Every joint, every tendon, every muscle exists for one reason: to move. When movement stops, life begins to shrink. You can have the best diet, the most expensive supplements, even the finest rest, but without movement, the body slowly forgets its own strength. Muscles are like memories: the less you use them, the faster they fade. And once they fade, you start to lose more than just physical power. You lose independence, confidence, and the simple joy of doing things on your own. There is a common belief that growing older means growing weaker, but that belief has weakened more people than age ever did. The truth is that weakness is not a symptom of age, it is a symptom of inactivity. When we stop moving because we feel tired or afraid of getting hurt, we allow our muscles to forget their purpose. It's like leaving a car in the garage for years. It doesn't stop being a car, but it loses the ability to run. In the same way, your body never stops being capable. It just needs a reminder. That reminder comes through movement. Movement doesn't have to mean going to a gym or lifting heavy weights. It can be as simple as walking to the market, climbing stairs, stretching in the morning, or standing up every hour to shake off stiffness. The key is consistency. Small movements done daily are more powerful than grand workouts done once a week. The body doesn't understand intensity as much as it understands regularity. It responds to repetition. Each time you move, you tell your muscles, I still need you. Each time you sit too long, you tell them, you can rest forever. The message you send determines how your body will respond. After the age of 60, many people begin to fear exercise, thinking it might cause pain or injury. But inactivity is the real injury. When muscles remain still, they stiffen. When joints are unused, they lose lubrication. When the heart is not challenged, it loses endurance. The beauty of the body is that it adapts quickly. Within a few weeks of regular walking, your legs start feeling lighter, your breathing steadier, and your energy higher. You don't need to be an athlete, you just need to be active. The legs, in particular, are the pillars of strength. They carry you through every part of life, and they need special attention as you grow older. Gentle squats, seated leg raises, slow stretches, or even walking on tiptoes for a few seconds every hour can do wonders. These small movements keep the blood flowing, the joints flexible, and the muscles awake. The goal is not to train like a bodybuilder, but to maintain the dignity of movement, to walk without fear, to stand without struggle, to live without dependence. Think of movement as a daily conversation with your body. When you move, you are saying, thank you for being here. Let's stay strong together. The body responds to that conversation with gratitude. It rewards you with energy, stability, and confidence. People who move daily are not just physically fitter, they are mentally sharper, emotionally lighter, and spiritually more balanced. Movement clears the fog of the mind as much as it strengthens the limbs. Every time you choose movement over stillness, you are choosing life over limitation. The human body has a remarkable memory. It never forgets how to be strong, even if you've spent years sitting or avoiding physical activity. Your muscles are waiting patiently for your command. Once you begin, they respond faster than you imagine. The soreness you feel in the beginning is not weakness, it's awakening. It's your body saying, I remember this. The problem with most people is that they associate exercise with effort, when in reality, it is a form of celebration. Movement should not be punishment for eating or aging, it should be a joyful act of staying connected to your body. Play music and sway to it. Take a walk after dinner and feel the evening air. Stretch your arms toward the sky and breathe deeply. These are not tasks, they are rituals of vitality. They remind you that you are still capable of strength, grace, and control. Even on days when energy is low, a few minutes of gentle stretching can shift the way your body feels. It's not about perfection, it's about participation. The body does not demand extreme effort, it just asks for attention. Each time you move, your muscles get oxygen, your heart pumps better, your mood lifts, and your balance improves. Slowly, your legs grow stronger, your posture improves, and your confidence returns. Movement is not only physical, it affects how you think and feel. When the body is active, the mind becomes alert. When the legs move, the heart feels alive. You begin to notice that simple acts, standing taller, walking with rhythm, climbing stairs with ease, bring back a sense of pride. That pride feeds your motivation, and motivation feeds your consistency. It becomes a cycle of renewal. The more you move, the better you feel, then the better you feel, the more you want to move. When you look at children, you'll notice something special. They are always in motion. They jump, run, dance, and fall, but they get up again. That is why they are full of energy. The body was never designed for stillness. Movement is its natural state. The moment we stop moving, we start aging faster. But the moment we move again, we begin reversing that process. The secret is not youth, the secret is use. Mind over muscle? A positive attitude reverses decline faster than time. The human body listens to the mind more than it listens to age. Every thought you hold, every belief you repeat, every emotion you carry becomes a signal that shapes how your body behaves. When you tell yourself you are old, your body starts acting old. When you tell yourself you are capable, your body starts remembering its power. The greatest muscle you have is not in your arms or legs, it's in your mind. And the way you use it decides how well the rest of your body performs. People often underestimate how deeply mindset affects physical health. They believe muscles grow only from food or exercise, but the truth is that every physical transformation begins with a mental decision. Before the body lifts a single weight, the mind must lift a thought, I can. That thought is what separates strength from surrender. When you choose to think with courage instead of fear, with hope instead of complaint, you begin a process of healing that no supplement or medicine can replace. Aging gracefully is not about denying years, it's about defying limits. The body grows older, but the spirit within doesn't age. The spark that laughed in your childhood, the energy that carried you through your youth, still lives inside. It may be covered with layers of fatigue, worry, or disappointment, but it never disappears. The mind has the power to uncover it again. When you approach life with positivity, the body follows that rhythm. It starts producing energy instead of exhaustion, motivation instead of laziness, healing instead of harm. Studies may call it placebo, but in reality, it is the power of faith, faith in your body's ability to recover. When you wake up and tell yourself, I'm getting stronger every day, you are not just saying words. You are giving your nervous system a command. You are instructing your muscles to activate, your hormones to balance, and your cells to renew. The body is obedient to the thoughts you feed it. A positive mind becomes the best medicine you can ever consume. When people lose motivation to care for their health, it's rarely because of weakness, it's because of hopelessness. They stop believing that change is possible. But once belief returns, everything changes. The mind decides before the muscles move. Even the smallest act, taking a walk, stretching, preparing a healthy breakfast, begins in the mind. A single positive decision sets off a chain reaction. Momentum is built one thought at a time, and that momentum gradually becomes strength. Negativity, on the other hand, drains energy faster than physical work. When you constantly think, I can't, your body loses the desire to try. Your muscles feel heavier, your steps slower, your recovery harder. The mind sends out signals of defeat, and the body obeys. That's why a change in mindset can often bring faster results than months of physical effort done without enthusiasm. A cheerful attitude is not a luxury, it's fuel. It keeps your inner engine running smoothly, no matter what the calendar says. Many people after 60 start defining themselves by their limitations. What they can't do anymore, what they've lost, what has changed. But the wise understand that focusing on what's left still creates abundance. Gratitude keeps the heart light and the body active. When you begin your day with appreciation for the body that still breathes, the legs that still walk, the eyes that still see, you release a kind of inner strength that no exercise can replace. The mind and muscles work together in harmony when the heart is grateful. A positive mindset doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing the right focus. Instead of thinking about the pain, think about the progress. Instead of complaining about stiffness, appreciate the flexibility you still have. Every day you move, eat well, or simply breathe deeply is proof that you are still growing, still improving, still alive. The moment you start celebrating small victories, the body rewards you with bigger ones. That is how decline turns into recovery. The connection between the mind and the body is more powerful than most people realize. When you visualize strength, your brain begins to activate the same neural pathways that physical exercise uses. Simply imagining movement can help prepare your body for it. When you close your eyes and picture yourself walking with confidence, standing tall, or feeling strong, your brain starts creating patterns that support that image. Over time, this mental rehearsal becomes physical reality. Surrounding yourself with positivity also strengthens your mindset. People who encourage, inspire, and uplift you are like vitamins for the soul. When you spend time with energy that uplifts, you naturally start believing in possibility. But when you surround yourself with negativity and complaint, your body begins to carry that heaviness. Choose your mental diet as carefully as your food. Just as junk food harms the body, toxic thoughts harm the mind. Nourish yourself with optimism, laughter, and meaningful conversation. The journey of strength after 60 begins in the head before it reaches the hands or legs. You can't train your body if your mind is trained to give up. You can't build muscle if your thoughts are made of weakness. The first step is to believe that renewal is still possible, that energy can return, and that it's never too late to change direction. Once that belief is in place, the rest follows naturally. The body listens, the spirit responds, the strength returns. The journey of reclaiming strength after 60 is not just a matter of food or fitness, it is a philosophy of living. It is about realizing that the body, mind, and soul are deeply connected, and that one cannot thrive if the others are ignored. Reversing muscle loss, defeating fatigue, and regaining energy are not miracles reserved for the young. They are possibilities available to anyone who chooses awareness over neglect, consistency over convenience, and gratitude over complaint. The human body is not fragile by default, it is resilient by design. It responds to care, it adapts to change, and it rewards effort with vitality. The message is simple: every single day, you are given an opportunity to either build yourself or break yourself down. Every meal you eat, every step you take, and every thought you hold becomes a vote for your strength or your weakness. The body doesn't grow old because of time, it grows old because we stop challenging it, stop feeding it correctly, and stop believing in its potential. When you wake up in the morning, your choices decide how you will feel, how you will move, and how you will live. And that is where power truly lies, in small, conscious actions repeated with love and discipline. Starting the day with strength begins at the breakfast table. The first act of self-care each morning should not be checking a phone or rushing into the day. It should be feeding your body with intention. Protein is not just a nutrient. It is a signal to your body that you still care, that you still want to build, that you are not done growing. It tells your muscles that they are still needed, that you value their presence. When you choose foods that nourish rather than simply fill, you tell your body, I want to thrive, not just survive. And that one choice repeated daily can transform how you age. But strength is never built in silence, it needs motion. The muscles that make you stand, walk, and live independently depend on daily use. If you do not move them, you lose them. The miracle of the human body is that it will give back exactly what you invest. You don't need to run marathons or lift weights, you just need to move with consistency. A walk in the garden, a stretch after waking, climbing stairs instead of avoiding them. These are all acts of defiance against decline. Every step you take whispers to your muscles, you are still alive, you are still strong. And they respond with gratitude. Movement is life's way of reminding you that energy is not lost. It is only waiting to be reawakened. What ties all of this together is the mind. Without the right mindset, even the best nutrition and exercise fall flat. The mind is the captain, the body is the ship, and thoughts are the wind that decide where you will go. If your mind is full of doubt, fear, or resignation, your body will reflect it. But if your mind is full of hope, gratitude, and purpose, your body will rise to meet that energy. Positive thinking is not a slogan, it is a physiological reality. Every thought you think changes the chemistry of your body. A hopeful thought releases healing. A defeated thought triggers decline. When you believe that recovery and renewal are possible, your body starts working toward that belief. Many people reach 60 and think their best days are behind them, but that is one of the biggest lies society tells. In truth, this stage of life can be the most empowered. You have wisdom that youth does not, you have patience that experience teaches, and you have a deeper appreciation for life that only time can bring. All that's missing is the energy to enjoy it fully. And that energy is within reach. It begins the moment you decide that aging is not an illness but a transition, not a decline but a new chapter. You cannot control time, but you can control how you meet it. It's never too late to become stronger. The body can rebuild muscle even after years of loss, and the mind can rediscover passion even after decades of routine. It only requires one shift, a change in perspective. Stop asking, how old am I? And start asking, how alive am I? Because age counts the years you've lived, but vitality counts the life in those years. You are not powerless against aging. You are only as limited as your habits. Feed your body the right way, move with intention, think with optimism, and your body will reflect the strength of your spirit. Health is not something you chase once it's gone, it's something you cultivate every day. The breakfast you eat, the walk you take, the thoughts you think. These are small rituals of self respect. They are quiet acts of love that keep your life rich with motion and meaning. Aging gracefully is not about pretending that wrinkles or gray hair don't exist. It's about wearing them proudly as medals of experience while still keeping the fire of vitality alive inside. Your body may slow down, but your enthusiasm doesn't have to. Your muscles may change, but your inner strength can still grow. In the end, it all comes down to how you choose to treat yourself. Every body, no matter how old, has the capacity for change. The science of it is simple, but the spirit of it is profound. When you respect your body, it respects you back. When you nurture it with care, it rewards you with resilience. And when you combine mindful eating, consistent movement, and a positive outlook, you unlock the timeless truth that strength is not bound by age. You have walked many paths in your life, through challenges, responsibilities, successes, and failures. Now, as you enter a stage where the world slows down, remember that your body does not have to follow. It can still move, build, recover, and rise. The choice to live strong is not made in youth, it is made in awareness. And awareness can be awakened at any time. When you sit down tomorrow morning and look at your plate, when you take that first step for your walk, when you look at yourself in the mirror and smile, know that you are not fighting against time, you are walking alongside it, hand in hand, learning how to live better with every passing year. The body you have carried for so long still has untapped potential. The muscles that once ran, lifted, and climbed can still awaken. The mind that once dreamed can still inspire. The heart that once believed can still hope. Nothing is gone until you decide to stop reaching for it. The clock may move forward, but your spirit can always move upward. So feed your strength every morning with foods that build you. Move daily to remind your body of its purpose. Think positively to ignite the energy that never ages. Keep your eyes forward, your body active, and your heart grateful. Because life, even after 60, is not about counting how many years you have left. It's about making every day strong enough, joyful enough, and alive enough to count.